Hey guys, this is xsinick. Welcome to the xsinick show. Today is a special one. We're actually going to do some art. And yeah, remember we started doing that the Blender 3D model, and it was like a cucumber. We're going to continue with that and try to finish that up. And we're going to jump on a couple other things. Yeah, so this is going to be an art show and an art special. Also, the format of I'm changing the format slightly, so you guys are gonna see my face. You're gonna see me. I've showed my face in the past. It's not a big deal. I just think the green bear is a lot more interesting, right? So this is gonna be hopefully a jam-packed night. It's gonna be a fun night, and I hope you guys are gonna enjoy it. Hey guys, the xsinick show is about to start. Let's get it. So, what we're gonna do tonight? We're gonna be in Blender. That's what we're gonna do, and we're gonna finish that pickle off. So let's get going. And we're gonna keep the tunes going. Hey, you can check out my tunes on SoundCloud /xsinick. The ones out there are free. I'm hoping that I could release a compilation of most all my beats and tunes, for some, so that you guys could stream for some streaming service, for a small fee, small sum. Hey guys, let's get right into Blender, okay? Hey everybody. I'm twinning with the bear. This is xsinick. Hey, how's it going, man? I think it's gonna be pretty cool. So as we go on, we're gonna try to format this some more and see if I can get you guys to interact with me a little bit, right? So this is me, Nick. That's the bear also, that's me. Which one is more fun? I think the bear is more fun, but hey, you got me on here. And yeah, we're gonna try some stuff out, right? I'm a real person, not just a cartoon character. Let's go. Here we are launching Blender. We could let this music play, because in Blender, it's all good. What I'm gonna do though, I'm gonna double my screen because I have a Wacom tablet right here. So I could just draw on a Wacom tablet. But you know what? You know what? If you're following me here, you might not have a Wacom, so I might be cheating in terms of texturing a little bit on here with a Wacom. I could texture with a mouse. It's a little bit trickier, but you could do it. It's not a big deal as far as painting. So let's not do it with a Wacom. So I'm just gonna quit my share my dual screen. Let's just jump into the cucumber. This is what we got. This is Blender, right? We don't need to see. Here we go. Wow, look at that. Not too bad if you ask me, not too shabby, right? If I go into rendering, not rendering, sorry, shading. Yeah, shading should look like that. It should actually be that. Yeah. If it's like that, then you get all the shading stuff. All the shading network. Alright guys. Let's see. I like this one better. It shows more the translucency, but hey. Okay, we're gonna get back in there. Alright guys, so I'm gonna bring up my screen keys so you guys can know what I'm talking about. What I'm pressing actually. Welcome to the xsinick show. I'm twinning right now with the green bear. Okay. Yep, so this is what I'm pressing here. So let's jump right on that. Okay, we want to texture this guy. So last time I brought up some pictures of some cucumbers. Let's just drop that into this little program called bref so we could know how we're going to texture this properly. So I'm gonna go over in view. I'm gonna do on top always. You could get BREF. I think they might have a version for Windows. There's one called PureRef with that you could now pay for. Let's do a search for cucumbers. With Firefox. Oop. Let's try again. Here we go. Cucumber. Okay, dokies. So let's go with a certain different variety of cucumbers. Let's go with the one closest to what we have. So look at that. That was one guy that we looked at. Hope you guys enjoying the tunes. I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit. Okay, let's go. Oh, look at that guy right there. Let's see. See if we can just narrow this down to some good ones. Should we do other vegetables? Should I do a character? A character tutorial, character stuff might be a little bit longer, right? Let's just grab this guy here. Let's take that screenshot there real quick. Copy the clipboard. Let's put that in the PureRef. Paste that guy in there. Let's get one more. Let's see. I was trying to get his camera to look at me just right. There you go. Okay, look at this one. This guy clearly shows some straight texture on the pattern on there. Let's pull a lot of side views. I need one that's, you can see a little bit of the end, but more in that variety. It's bad quality. Check it out, we be the best. We be the best in the West. You better know I don't wear a bulletproof vest. Okay, that's bad rapping. Hey guys, I'm gonna do a little bit of rapping too, just to have some fun. You know, not a rapper, but more of an artist. Just just having a little bit of a laugh. Yeah. Okay. Okay, here we go. This is kind of what I was looking for here. Ooh, look at that. All right, so let's grab these guys. Take a screenshot. Screenshotters. Okay. Nope. Copy to clipboard. Here we go. All right. I'm just gonna put PureRef somewhere like right up here. We're gonna use this to kind of get an idea how we want to start actually texturing this thing. Okay, so let's get into some nitty gritty here. So this cucumber, you have to look at the topology when you're texturing, right? So this topology is terrible, right? Most likely you want something a little bit cleaner, and there's several ways to do it. You could like literally go and retop over it, which mightn't be too bad for us to try to do. But let's do something a little bit different. Let's try to simplify this. So what I'm gonna do and use that as a retopo. So I'm just gonna grab that guy. I'm gonna grab and that's X and pull it. So this is gonna be the one that we're gonna simplify, right? Let's take our cucumber. thing and let's put that right there. Right, this is our pure reference. And of course you can see my keys right here. Yeah, let's just drop a modifier in there. So we're gonna add the decimate modifier. Let's decimate at 0.3. But no, we want to see what it's doing, right? So you could go into wireframe mode. Let's take a look at that. So you want to compare to see how much it changed. You kind of want to decimate it without too much change across the topology. Let's go 0.1 and see if it changes. See, now it changed. You see that? So maybe 0.2. Let's take a look at the topology by pressing Z, then wireframe. Okay. It's not bad. Tab. Is this thing showing my keys? What's going on here? Okay, there we go. Maybe I'm moving a bit fast for it. So let's apply this. So I'm gonna apply by doing my Alt C. And what I did, I attached my convert to mesh onto Alt C. Right, so what we want to do, we want to actually start a UV map this. So I'm going to have that selected there, going to UV map. Right, and we're going to use this to transfer maps onto this, and then we're going to use the color, right? So I'm just going to press T here to get rid of that. So we're in the UV map, UV editing mode. I want it like this. So I'm going to make a seam along here. So I'll show you how to do that. So go into edge mode, right? And let's come here. All right, so this is our optimized version. Okay, let's try to see if we can make a path. So that's I'm making a little path like this. Oh, maybe not. Let's make a path across here, a seam, right? So you're gonna just click. And it's going to try to find, let's go into a full view here. So I did that by pressing Control Space. I don't think this thing is actually showing all my keys. Let's come here. Show methods, okay. Show modifier sequence only, show or show shift. Persistent window, I don't know. Display for 2.3 seconds, keyboard mode, composited. Let's go raw. I don't know, backspace, modify mode. I'm trying to make sure, see if it can display all the keys. I hold control. Okay, there we go. Still didn't do my keys there. Is it too small? Let's see. I'm trying to fix this onboard the key stuff here, guys. I'm sorry. Let's do compose, and let's make this a little bit bigger. Let's do something like that. Okay, let's see if that makes a difference. I don't think it did. Okay, let's go back. Let's close that. Okay. I'm gonna click over here and see, like, Blender, when you press Control and click, Blender actually finds a path to make that cut, to make that seam. Then that's what we want to do. We're trying to make a seam so we can wrap this cucumber. But what you could do it even in a nicer way, right? So the part that's facing down, so I'll select that, and you just want to click along here so it goes below. All right, I'm gonna isolate just this model by pressing slash and numpad slash. So my navigation is from For me to navigate or rotate in Blender, I put it to shift. So I changed a lot of my keys up, guys. So just to see the keys, I don't know how much it will help you. But anyways, so let's mark this. So we're gonna go Control E, and then you're gonna go mark seam. And that's a seam for Blender to do the unwrapping. Right? Now you have to think in terms of Blender being like some sort of box, you know, unwrapping this like a toy or a gift. So I'm just gonna unmark this set here. Let's see, clear seam. I'm just gonna mark from here around. Control E, mark seam, and come back here. I'm just gonna do it like this just to kind of try to give myself like a winning chance of doing a proper like seam. Control E, clear seam. Mark seam. Okay, here we go. So you got this, right? Alrighty. So I'm gonna select all, and then I'm gonna press U. Okay, so you see the U shows up. Unwrap, and then I'm gonna go yeah, I'm just gonna go unwrap. Let's see. Yeah, so it unwrapped everything, right? I'm gonna select that. So this is the unwrapped cucumber. So let's go into hit the UVs here in the UV editor window under UV editing. UV, and then I'm gonna go let's see if there's some kind of relax or something like that. Minimize stretch. Let's try that. Let's click that. So now it's simulating. You see all the points are moving to minimize the amount of stretching on it. So I'm gonna press enter because I like that. I don't want to have it do it too much. Okay, so you see like right here where these points are like touching the edge, you kind of don't want things like that. Let's see if we could pack this a little bit better. Pack UVs. Let's see what it did here. It packed these so close to each other. So let's see. Let's go back in pack islands right here. And there's a margin, right? Let's put this margin up to 3. Okay. Let's go 0.01. All right, let's go 0.1. Let's go 1. Oh, see now it brings it in 0.1. There you go. I like 0.1. All right, so we're gonna add like a texture. We're gonna add a you know, an image onto this so we could capture some details from the cucumber, and then we could start texturing it the right way, right? So we're gonna do this. We're gonna go image, new, right? And right in here, right? I think for a small cucumber, whatever it is, 1024 is fine, and we could just stick with that. It's not a big deal. So cucumber. Actually, you could go a little bit smaller, but we could always scale down the texture after, especially if you're doing it for a game engine, you know? Okay, so we have here. So you don't want no alpha, you want the blank. So there you go. So what we're gonna do, see now we already have this like this, and we know that the text. Let's do texture diff. So diffuse, right? And you're gonna just start naming all the textures, different things. So let's capture the diffuse with this, and the diffuse is mainly what we're gonna paint on, right? And then you can use the diffuse to drive other attributes of the characteristics of the skin, right? But yeah, let's use this to capture the diffuse. So we're not going to paint on this right off, but we're going to use it to capture it, right? So I'm just going to jump into shading here. Okay, let's put this back here. Okay, and I want this to be, let's put this back. Let's capture this window a little bit different. I think this window is fine. Let's just continue. Okay, so we got this. Let's come out in here. I'm gonna select this guy, and this guy we're gonna dump that material because we don't need it, right? This is a different material. That's the main cucumber. This is gonna be the optimized one, right? So we call this cucumber material. Let's call it cucumber mat. And you could do like maybe cucumber optimized. You could do something like that. And this is a whole new texture for it. But what we're gonna do, remember that map we made? We're gonna add it in here. I'm gonna go texture, image texture, drop that there. Zoom in a bit. Let's look for that cucumber diff. There you go. So we're gonna use this to transfer this shading work that we've done onto this to some degree. All right. And just the diffuse part of it though. I'm gonna press tab. I'm gonna come out of isolation mode here. Let's go into main layout. I'm just gonna click there. I'm gonna select this and then select that, shift S. And then you're gonna go okay, selection to active, so it puts it back on there. I see that. You can even go a step further and try to shrink wrap the low poly one onto here so you get everything nice and tight. But I'm gonna leave this like this for now. So let's distinguish which cucumber is which. So this one here, I'm just gonna isolate it. Yeah, so this one is the optimized one. So let's get out of here. So right here in your list, in your object list, in the you know, right here in your outliner, you're gonna call this cucumber. We'll underscore and put optimized, so you know which one is which. So we're gonna transfer the color from this onto the basic map of this, and then we're gonna use that as a basic color, right? So we're gonna select that, going from here, and you're gonna hold Control, and then you're gonna click that. So you're going from this to this. So let's go back into our UV editing. All right, so they're together. I'm just gonna press tab to come out of edit mode. So it's going from that to that, right? And we're using Eevee. So now the thing is though, I don't think you could actually transfer stuff with Eevee. I think you might be able to do it, but let's check it out. I think they changed it where you could do it now, but let's see. Okay. So you see, I don't see anything like baking. So what you're looking for is like baking from Eevee to, you know, from one thing to the next. I don't see that in here, so I think I know that's the thing they were talking about. I don't know if it's implemented yet. So what we could do, we could actually do a quick search to see. I don't think there's baking for Eevee, but let's just do a quick search because I know that they were talking about it and I don't know if it's included in here. Let's do that real quick. Blender Eevee baking. Let's see. Any way to bake with Eevee development. So I think there's something that they may be trying to do, how to bake in Eevee. Samples, bake textures. Okay, baking. Okay, so let's see. I don't think there's a way, but that's fine. Accept all cookies. When is this? 9 months ago. Modified 9 months, 2 years and 2 months. Baking in Eevee is not currently possible. Okay, let's see here. Blender dev talk. I think they're talking about they're trying to get Eevee to bake. Baking with Eevee. So I had an idea for an implementing baking function into Eevee. Yeah, so I think different people are working on that. That's great. If you're a developer and you know you could help, you know, with these Blender guys, man, they need, you know, really talented guys on, you know, making this free software even better, right? So render baking. Okay, so off the bat, I know you mainly could bake with cycles. So what we need to do is to make sure the cucumber looks great in cycles. So I'm just gonna hide the optimized one for now. And I'm gonna turn, you see what I did? I turned it off in both the visual and the rendering. So we're gonna go over into render, into shading, center on this guy, right? And we're gonna switch over to cycles. Okay, so this is how cycles is gonna render that. So right now I'm doing CPU, I'm gonna go GPU compute. Now you see this noise that you're seeing here? That's from the translucency, the subsurface. So if I turn subsurface 0, then you get that. So I think that's fine. You know, maybe I do want a little subsurface, I'm not sure. But it's gotta be resolutioned out, right? Let's put some denoise on that. So that's how it looks denoised. And you can even play with the amount of starting samples. Let's go 2, let's go 3. Let's put it back to 1. Denoiser automatic. Let's try optics. Let's try image. Whoa. Yeah. Oh, that crashed Blender. Hey, did I save? I hope so. Let's jump back in, guys. Cucumber. Oh, look at that. It did not save. So let's see if we have like some kind of backup file here. Recovery last session. Wow. Nope. Let's go recover autosave. Let's see that cucumber autosave. Recover to autosave. Okay, here we are. We're back in action, guys. So I'm just going to save this over the original. Save as cucumber. Wow, remember to save. That would have been crazy, right? Blender just saved it for us. So we're in cycles. Let's go back to cycles. Okay. And let's put that denoiser back on. Go 0.01. Okay. So let's see here. Probably want more max samples, right? So I'm gonna turn off that, and I'm gonna use the max samples as the threshold for when it stops denoising. So this is continuing to denoise. Right, let's go 20, 48, 20, oh, 20, 20, where's my 20, whoa, oh, 20, 48, there we go. So that's the viewport 2048. Okay, we're gonna turn this off for the render, right? So let's drop down to 2048 for the render. 2048. I just want to mirror that back, and it's gonna be denoised. Let's continue to look to see what else we have in here. Light paths. Okay, so this is where you got the transmission, the glossy, the diffuse, transparent, indirect lighting, clamps. The glossy, diffuse. I think the glossy and I think the transmission deals with this subsurface also. I'm thinking it also deals with it. So fast global illumination. Okay, so what do we have for the sky? We don't really have much for the sky, so I'm gonna try a different seeing that we're in cycles now. Let's try for an actual sky. Let's put that in, okay guys? Sky texture. Ooh, look at that. All right, so now we can control the sun. You see there's like this light here. Let's turn that guy off. Yeah, because now that we have a sky, we don't really need that light in there. Okay, so if I could remember sun, this is sun size, controls how much blur, the intensity. So it gives it a slight realism there. So let's sun rotation, sun elevation. So the sun elevation is at 15. Strength. So I'm trying to remember some things I had here in my head with this. 0.3. Sun intensity. So if I turn all that down, strength. So this is the strength of the global illumination, right? So like 0.5. Let's do 0.1. Right, that's how strong the sky is. Sun elevation is 15. Let's go 45 degrees. Up. Oh, look at that. Man, that looks pretty good. What else? So the rotation will control the shadow, right? Let's do some rotation here. No? Okay. Oh, we have to get the intensity. There you go, guys. My bad. So I was looking at the reflection. Intensity 1. .7. Okay, so sun size, the bigger the size, the little more diffuse the shadow is. And yep, rotation, that's a shadow. What did we have last time? Let's look for something interesting. Let's go a little more overhead. Let's go like that. Anyways, okay, so this is what we got in cycles. Oh, a little too crazy. Let's go into a different song. Sun intensity. Let's turn that down some a little bit. Yeah, we don't need crazy amounts of sun on this. Maybe it's indoors, right? Okay, so in the render, we're watching it. It looks somewhat okay. Now let's just transfer this onto our model, right? Let's get back to business. So we're just gonna do this. So we're gonna go from this cucumber to the optimized one, right? And then we go over into the into that UV editing where we could see this, and then we're just gonna come out of the thing, and we're just gonna do some baking, right? So now, because we're in cycles, now we have the bake menu. See that right there? Pretty important. All right. So bake type. We could do combine, but let's just do diffuse for now. Straight up diffuse. Do you want contributions from the direct, indirect, and color? Yep, let's leave that on for now. And then we're gonna go to this selected to active. That's what we want. All right, target image textures. I want the clear image. So the margins, we have it at 16. I think that works. Although I think 16 feels large to me, but I'm gonna leave it in there. Okay. So look at this. Let's open this up. So the extrusion, I want to put like this one on there. We're gonna leave everything else as is, and let's just go bake and see what we got. So right now, if you look on the bottom, Blender's baking the texture over into here. So I'll show you what texture is baking. So if we come here and we do that, and we go to shader editor, it's baking into this texture right here. The one of the cucumber diff that we did, the black one. So right now, my GPU and CPU is going. So you see, look what it did. It made it made a texture based upon the lighting and information and everything that we've been doing here. So let's just wrap that for now. And see, so now you could bake the lighting in, or you could have the lighting not baked in. So you have to like think in your head like how you're going to use this. For like a game, sometimes you want the lighting baked in, right? But for this tutorial, and for us just doing it here, having fun tonight on Twitch, we're just gonna bake everything that we want in here for now. But you could do so many different passes, right? So I'm just gonna go over to the viewport mode, to this mode here, and I'm gonna hide the actual original cucumber and just have this one here. All right, so now if I plug, before we do that, let's make sure this is saved. So I'm gonna come back into here. We have the optimized cucumber. I'm just gonna save this image. All right, I like to save the images to disk also. So let's go file, save, then do tutorial, cucumber PNG. This is fine. Let's just see what we got here. Save image as. Yeah, we're supposed to be in UV editing for that, but either ways, let's go back to shading. So now, right? I like to pull it from disk, right? So we're gonna pull it from there. Cucumber diff PNG open. Right, it's there. So let's just plug that puppy in and see what's up. So you see, I plugged it in, and there you go. There's the base skin right there. We could just rotate on that. It's all good. All right, let's go into like a camera mode like that and just rotate on that. Okay, so now we could bring this into like the GIMP, or we could continue to paint on it here in Blender. Whatever we want to do, right? We could check that. We could check it out, yo. The good thing about Blender is that you could add layers to it and just constantly kind of work it like that. That's why I like using my Wacom, because you know we could do so many different things, right? So but in Blender you could paint right on it right here in the viewport. So let's turn all these extra things down and just get like the pure. We don't want any shading contribution from the specialty shader. I'm gonna leave this like here. Let's go back into our main so there's a texture paint mode. Let's go into here and take a look. So you could display the UVs. I just turned it off. This is what it looks in the straight up texture paint. If we come here, it has textures. You can view it with extra stuff like cavity and stuff on there if you want, just so you could see what's going on. Or you could go, you know, just straight up flat like this, which is probably good for a lot of texture painters. All right, so let's see. The thing that we got to do is pull some of this green up into there. And the thing you could also do is to go like in the GIMP or Photoshop, whatever it is, and literally take, you know, this image and skin and start to paste it on there and wrap it on there. So you could do stuff like that. Should we do something like that? Maybe. What would be a good approach? Let's see. I think a hybrid, you know, like a hybrid of this stuff on there is pretty good. But you could go in and you could paint that stuff too, you know. So all right, so let's see. Let's just play around. So you could do things like this, you know, start to get some of that stuff up in there. And you could do that straight on here. Whoa. But you know, when you start that, you kind of like actually start affecting the, you know, the actual. So I'm using a smudge tool to kind of get some of this dark up in there. You could do it this way, or you could do it, let's go back. Okay. Or you could just literally go in with painting here. So let's try some painting. Let's painting straight on it. Okay. I'm gonna put this right over here so I can see it. And I'm gonna copy this onto my Wacom. I'm just gonna paint straight on it, guys. Apply. Okay. Okay. So now okay, here we go. So I'm just gonna start using my Wacom and paint, and start painting on top of this. And I'm gonna use like a light kind of brush. So I'm just gonna bring the camera over so you guys can see. I wouldn't just disappear on you. So you might hear me that clearly, but I'm still here, guys. Okay. Yeah, so I'm still here. Let's do this. I'm twinning with the bear. Remember that. All right. I just want to make sure I got my colors happening here. I think we can sample like this. Turn my string down a smidgen. Yep. No, actually on the bump is right. And when you're doing this kind of painting, normally when I actually do this stuff professionally for work, you know, I would just literally start with like the image and just build my way up from there. And just do very minimal hand painting. But because we're on Twitch here, I think it might be fun just to see the hand painting side of it. So I'm gonna isolate the cucumber by itself and paint that so we're not distracted by the ground plane. I'm making that little thing with the stem of the cucumber was. Lord Jesus, I just want to thank you for this day. You're worthy to be praised and glorified. Hey guys. Okay, let's get some of those little speckled bits in there. Just all the pure straight texturing, right? Let's make this a little bit bigger. I'm looking at pure earth here. Something like that. We're doing it, guys. Let's go. So how was your day? How's your night going so far? Like, what kind of stuff do you like to do? How's life shaping up so far? Okay, now I'm gonna sample back this bright color. Speckle that back in. And these dots are actually supposed to be a lot smaller than what we have in here. But that's okay, guys. We're just doing our version here. Let's just go a little bit smaller. So you can even go further and bring this as again into like Photoshop or the GIMP, and just overlay that actual image on top of this and merge them together by blending them in like an image editing app. And you have like a hybrid of painted and hand painting and image texture on there. Again, as I said, professionally we just go straight for the image texture and we just doctor that up. But I figured this will be fun for Twitch, just to show. Or if you have like a Wacom tablet or even a mouse, you could do this kind of painting. The mouse is a little tedious and it kind of cramps your hand a little bit. That's why I got a Wacom. But and the Wacom is a little more accurate too. Well, a lot more accurate. Okay, zoom out there a bit. Not bad. Alright, so I think like if you just grab some of this, I'm just gonna pull this down a bit just to kind of show that this is carrying through. And let's make this part here a little bit darker. Okay, let's look at the, let's come in here with a mouse and just kind of look at the overall cucumber skin texture. Okay, I'm gonna look at the flat texture. You could like paint directly on this flat texture. So just gonna make that small like that. Just for some speckles. Just gonna sample this part here. Let's go S. I'm just gonna zoom into this a bit. So now we could just deal with a flat texture right here. Just kind of get a lot more details in there. Let's take a look at what we're doing. Yeah, I'm going at it, guys. Let's get this lighter stuff happening up in here. Again, you could use a program like the GIMP or something like that, you know, Photoshop most likely, and do this kind of this work on here. And there's different techniques you could use rather than just doing it by hand, right? But you know, again, you know, this makes for great entertainment, I'm thinking. My nerdish sort of way. Yeah. Whoa. Okay, so that was that. I guess that drum beat was for like me doing that kind of little stippling type thing. So okay, it's looking okay. Um, let's see what else we could do with this to get this more in shape. So let's go back into the shading there. Just gonna save. Let's go back into texture pane. Let's save this. Image, save. Shading. Okay, so we can do another like set of texture. So this is like the diffuse. So let's grab some normal information to try to give this more bumpiness. Go back into layout, turn on the main cucumber, select that, then select the then hold control, select the optimize. Let's go into UV editing. So for here now, I'm gonna make a new texture. New textures, go new, same thing. So go cucumber, and instead of underscore diff, you're gonna go underscore normal map. Turn off the alpha, that's fine. And for now, I'm just gonna disconnect that there. Let's make a duplicate of that, Shift D. I'm gonna come here and just gonna go norm, select that. Press tab. So we're gonna go from this to this. I'm gonna capture, instead of diffuse, we're gonna capture the normal map. And everything is good so far. Let's just bake it and see what we get. Okay, so this is all the normal surface information. There's little anomalies here that you could easily fix, but let's just not get too wrapped up with that and just save it. So I think it's Alt S. cucumber norm. Let's save that. This is cucumber diff, and this is cucumber norm. So we're gonna come in here. Let's go into the shading mode so we can see this. I'm just gonna hide this rendered cucumber here. And we want to deal with the normal. So let's go here and let's like make sure we open the right one, the normal. And instead of straight, you want to use oops, excuse me. So our sRGB, you want to use, let's see, I think it's non-color data. And basically we want to plug this into the normal. So you go vector, normal map, and you're going to plug this into the normal color and then plug this into the normal map. And let's wait to see what we get here. So you know what we could do? We could actually at this point switch back to Eevee. Let's unplug it again. So let's watch. There's some subtle difference. If you look at the bumps, if you plug the normal map in. Okay, let's increase the strength. There you go. See that? That's non-color data. What does raw do? Not very much. Let's go sRGB. Yeah, not very much. So let's go back to non-color data. Okay. Let's take the UV map here. It's all good. Let's go back down to 3. Let's go back down to 1. Let's go 2. Let's unplug it. See if you see a difference. Yep. So you see a little bit of a difference. Let's go 3 on that. So it gives it a little something. Okay, we have performance high quality normals. Let's come in here and let's see what we got. Actually, let's go into ambient occlusion. Distance, let's tune that up a bit. So let's go 8 on that. So unplug this. Let's unplug this to see. So there's a little change there. So it's normal. Okay, so that's fine. Let's plug back in the color, base color. There we go. All right, so for the subsurface, let's try to reconstruct this. So the subsurface, I'm just gonna go here, subsurface color. I'm gonna drop that, the cucumber in there. And let's give it a little subsurface. Let's unplug that. Let's see. Yep, so subsurface is happening. Let's go 0.3. Not even so much. Let's go 0.2. And let's see. IOR. Let's plug that subsurface color back in there. Let's go render on that. Okay, so now we got to put a light back in. Let's go back into the world and take a look. So this doesn't work in here. Okay, let's go with that. Let's go strength. Strength 3. Stability. Strength 2. So strength 1. Stability. What was this? Let's put this back to the default. So we right click on that. We set default value. Two. Yep. Okay. Controls the light. Let's try adding a light to this. Kind of like the sunlight. There you go. Let's do something like this. Go back to shading. Yep. Let's give this a little bit of light. Yep. Okay, so we got our real-time cucumber. Pretty cool. I think that's it for this, man, guys. Like, let's just add a little gloss to the, you know, to the cucumber here. I'm gonna go something like that. I'm gonna add a little roughness. Something like so. Yep. Yeah, so that's good to go for a video game, right? It's more than good to go. Turn the anisotropic. Let's turn the anisotropic up a bit. Let's give this a touch of metallic just to give it some more shinies. Specular. Something like that. So yeah, guys. That up. So that's it, guys. So we got a really nice cucumber that we could share with everybody. So let's duplicate it. Cucumbers are expensive nowadays. I don't know if you guys know that. Something as simple as a humble cucumber. They're like $4.99 a pound. I'm just calling out numbers. They're not. I think you get cucumbers according to, I think maybe like $3 for $1. Or something like that, or $4 for $1. Or you could get them. You could get a ton relatively for a good price if you grow them yourselves. All right, guys. So yeah, so that's it. So this is xsinick. You know, this is the end result of us working on you know, working on cucumbers and stuff for like, you know, 2 of the videos that we have. So yeah, and I just want to say thank you for like joining me on this journey. You know, we had a lot of fun. Yeah, guys. So this is xsinick out. Thanks for joining me. We did some fun stuff. We finished this blender kind of walkthrough kind of thing. My screen. I'll see if I could work on the screen. The screen keys a little bit more so you could see exactly the combinations I'm pressing. I don't think it was working very well because I was using like the one that's for like Linux, and it's fine, but not all the key combinations came through today. But for the next tutorial, I'll definitely get a better screen key thing so you can see exactly the combination, the shortcuts I'm using. So this is exercise Nick out. I'm twinning with a beer right here. He's drinking a cup of coffee. You see my real face. It's all good. So I'll see you tomorrow. God bless, and Nick out. Wonderful. Let's do this. Yeah.